Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to go through the trades. I think when I first started the channel, I had said that I was going to do live trades, and I kind of thought to myself, I've not really been doing live trades. So what I wanted to start doing is go through every trade if possible with you guys. So I didn't take any trades yesterday, but there were alerts that came through. And the actual trades take a little bit longer for me to actually enter now. So I'll show you guys what I'm looking at, and then I will mark through an alert that's just come through this morning. And then from there, as soon as I actually go into a trade, I will record everything so you guys can see the live trade as well. Okay, so first off, there were all of these from yesterday. So this one I missed, unfortunately, because on TradingView, as you can see, it did tap in, but on the actual broker, due to spread, that did not actually tap me in, which is very unfortunate. If I had taken the 100% of that, it would have tapped me in for sure, and I still would have got the 1 to 2, no problem. It is what it is, this happens sometimes. I'd rather miss a trade than lose a trade. So that one we can kind of count as missed. And the reason it is taking a little bit longer now is because what I've started doing is actually just waiting for confirmation for my entries. And what that is on the 15-minute, as you can see, I'm kind of using this line for the previous low. So I'm waiting, if it's a sell I'm waiting for the 15-minute previous swing low to be broken. And the only time I will trade is from that. So based on what I was doing before, just doing these entries off of this one might still have got the 1 to 2, but it did end up going way higher. This one would have probably been stopped out. So potentially 2 trades that I could have lost, but instead I'm waiting for the low to be broken. So at no point was the low broken. As soon as the low is broken, that is when I will take my trade. And all of these are the same. All of these are basically the same thing, waiting for that low to be broken. So I have quite a few trades that I'm waiting for that to happen right now. And a lot of people, might say that this is the next low, but how I determine my swing lows and my swing highs is based on the MACD. So as you can see, the MACD over here, if you were to run this line down, is actually on the buy side. It's not, it has to, so for me to mark that up as a low, it has to be red. It has to be on the reds. So this is where the lows will lie. These are not going to be lows. So this I don't count as a low. I will only count this as a low because it's got the red below it. And vice versa, if I was looking for the swing high, because this I don't have a red yet, I cannot say that this is the high. Only after I've got my first few reds can I say that this then is the high. So what I would say is this here was the high over there, which was broken by that. But I'm not looking for highs because I'm looking for this sell. So for all of these, I'm waiting for the breaks of these areas. And it does mean you've got to be a little bit more patient, but it also means that you are potentially, avoiding those extra losses. Like for this one example, I'm not sure if this one would have hit the 1 to 2 yet, because this would have been a 25 pip stop. So even if I were to have done it about there somewhere, 25 would be about there. This would have hit the 1 to 2, but it's most of the time from my back testing, I am going, the longer I back test, the further back I test, the more I'm seeing that these first areas are often getting stopped out, and the second ones as well. So I'm just waiting for that confirmation. So I do have one that I want to mark up with you guys. It's the NZDJPY. What we're looking at is this this one right over here. So it doesn't matter that you might think, okay, we're a little bit late, because this was actually from yesterday. So I think we're looking at this as the last down candle before we had that up move. So that's the 4 hour. I still will mark up my areas of interest, but I can just wait for anything around this 4 hour now. So I don't really need to mark up the other areas. But what I could do is we have this rally-based rally over here, so we could wait for that. But the cool thing is sometimes, you know, you still miss these because you're waiting for your areas to be hit, they don't hit, and then price goes off. So what I'll do now on the 15 minute, I will mark up the previous high, which as you can see, I've got the black candles over there, and I've got the high over there. So that right there is the high. This one is not, because you can see I've got the red below. So that for me is not a high. The previous low would have been this one. That has been broken. So for me now, I will wait for this high to be broken. What I can do is also just to see that we are looking at a turn, is I can go to the 5 minute, and then I will mark up the 5 minute as well. But what I do with that is I will just do a break of structure mark, so I know that they are different. So mark this as a 5 minute break of structure. So as soon as we get the break there, then I will go back to the 15 and well, I'll go to the 15 now already, and I'll wait for that to break and that to break. You could enter on the 5 minute if you wanted, but I'd like to see the 5 and the 15 broken. That's kind of how I've been trading it, and actually on my back tests, bringing this into the picture, I'm actually looking at around a 60% win rate, so it's definitely improved the win rate. And then on another note, guys, I've got everything marked up, so let me just actually add this to my red list. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 different pairs that we're waiting for a break. So we could potentially look at 5 trades happening today. Some of those were marked up yesterday, so sometimes you will mark up and you'll only get the trade the following day. That's just how it is, guys. The more you have marked up, the more trades you have, you know, potential of hitting. So that's how I'm trading it now, guys. So yeah, we'll leave it there, guys. We'll jump back on as soon as we have some trades. Yeah, bye for now. We'll see you guys soon. Okay, guys, I am back. I was actually out, had a few meetings, stepped back into the office, and let's see what's going on. Looks like we have had on this one, let's just go back to it quickly, NZDJPY, we have broken the 5 minute and the 15 minute. But it's not, remove this, it's not a clear, when you look at that, you're like, okay, where do I mark, where am I going to take my entry from, right? Because ideally you want to see a clean push up where you have an area that was left behind. So the only thing I can see now on the 15, if I were to say price is going to come back to anywhere, it would be to fill this imbalance. And then that's the only real imbalance that I see. So I would say probably looking at this, if I were to mark this whole area up, let's look at the 5 minute, see what else we have. There is another imbalance all the way down here. I'm going to mark that up, an imbalance that was left behind. Have a look at the third. So the 30 minute is pretty much the same, although on the 30 minute there's nothing there. So what I can do is I can take, if we go back to the 15 minute, I can keep this as my area, mark this up as a 15 minute OB, and then I will take 50%. If it doesn't go that far back, then so be it. So what I'll be looking at here, guys, is taking this low, just because it's so unclear. I mean, I would love to do this, where I say I take that there, which is an 8.4 pip stop, and we'd only be looking for a 16.8 pip move. But I do have a feeling that price, if it does come back, I mean, it looks like it's pushing up quite hard now, but let's see. So ideally, I think the best way to play this would be to put the stop there, and then look for our 1 to 2. So we will then be looking for a much bigger move. That's a 43 pip move, so it's going to take a lot longer. I can take those as my thing and then make it slightly less. It's played like that. It's a little bit more risky, but let's do it that way. 1 to 2 is over there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, guys, I'm just going to record my other screen so you guys can see everything I do. As I said, I want to make sure you guys are seeing everything. Just change my... Okay, so we are looking at the 15 minutes, and what was the... It's this one over here, guys, that we're looking at. So let me just mark it up. This is the order block we were looking at. Okay, and then I use this position size calculator, guys. Hey, guy! I use the position size calculator. It's free to use. It's a free download. If you guys want the link to that, just let me know. I can share that. But it's just really handy to give you your, you know, if you always want to risk a set percentage. So for me, what I'm doing is I just double click on this from TradingView. I grab my entry price and then I go back to here. Then I will, that's pending, so then we mark that up, paste that, and then we get our stop and paste that. Okay. So once we've got those in place, guys, you can see we've got our, and that's take profits. Sorry, no. Great, take profit we don't want. Stop loss we want. Okay, so the blue line is our entry, the green is our stop. I don't put the take profit because I do that manually. So risking, I want to risk $2. Remember, this is only a $60 account. So this is 0.01. I think I'll be 0.01 until I hit like risking $5. So the min I can risk is 0.01. So once I've got that, guys, what I do is I use I've edited this fib just to give me my TB. It's basically RR1, RR2. So TB1 is risk reward 1, TB2 is risk reward 2. So that's it. Then I just remove this line because it interferes otherwise, and I've got everything I need. So I will now right click on the entry and I place my buy limit at 0.01 lot size. Okay. And then what I do is I double click on the order and I just make sure I've got everything. So I copy that, paste that, copy this. No, sorry, I think I did the wrong one there. Just copy the stop again. Paste this stop. I accidentally pasted the entry again. Copy. Then we paste the stop in here. And then all I do is I just take the profit a little bit above and then I'll move that manually. So I will take this to the TP2. So that will give me a £3 and the loss is not even 1, it's actually 168. So that's kind of what I can risk at the moment. So it's 168, which is fine. And then my if I hit my TP, it will be a £3.35, $3.35. Okay, so that's that, guys. That's the entry done. Just going to remove some of these other ones. If I'm not trading them, I don't like them cluttering up my screen. So that's it, guys. Order has been placed, so let's see how that goes. Let's have a look at some of the other ones. GBP CAD, that was the one I think we already missed, so you know what, I'm going to just delete this and take it off my red list. Euro GBP. Okay, so this one has ended up breaking the high, so this is no longer valid because we were actually looking for a sell here, guys. So I think what we can do is we can wait till this hits this 4 hour up the top here. So I'm not going to take any trade. I'm actually going to remove all this. And I'm going to wait until we hit that. I'm going to wait till this hits up here, so I'll keep an eye on that. Let's have a look at the next one if we hit anything on this. So this again, guys, it's just pushing way higher. So this has just kept breaking. Where is the next 4 hour? Yeah, I think this is. I think it's actually already tapped into it, guys. So this is actually what we're looking at now. I'm going to delete the lower 4 hour because I think that's no longer valid. I'm going to delete these. Delete. So this is now our new area of interest, okay? So before this was our previous low that we were looking to break. This has now since moved up to yeah. So we want to see that get broken, guys. I'm not even going to mark up my area of interest, to be honest, because how I'm trading this, it doesn't really matter because you're waiting for that break of structure. So I need that break of structure before I have any kind of thingy anyway. So looks like we're ranging now. It'll be interesting to see what gets broken first. This here could have been a grab of liquidity. Let's see whether that, no, maybe not. I think it might still go higher. I think it makes sense for it to go higher, guys. It has hit into our base drop there. But let's see where this goes. I'd like to see this get broken, and then I'll be placing a trade. So the only thing we're looking at the moment is this one, where we have an order on. This is now broken that high, clearly broken that high. It looks cleaner on the 30 minute, to be honest. So let's leave on the 30 minutes. So we might wait for this one a bit to come back, but let's see. There's a good chance this one will only hit 20% and then go back. But I'm not willing to have, I mean, as it is, I've got a 22 pip stop. So it's bigger than I'm comfortable with. If I were to go to the turn it, that would be a 25, almost 26 pip. I'm not really comfortable with that. It's just too big. And that's not even 1 to 2. Oh, no. 1 to 2. This. So that's where we are, that's what we're looking for, guys. So I will keep you guys updated. I will obviously cut this down a little bit. I'm not going to let you guys watch everything. Some of the stuff I might just speed up and only just play where I'm actually saying something interesting. Okay guys, we're back with the same trade. I just wanted to update you guys. We finally hit our take profit. So let me just quickly show you. We came into the trade over here. Looked like we were pushing up, came back down, tested again. So we only really hit about 50% of our kind of drawdown area, or our stop loss. Had a nice push up in the morning, came back down, and then finally has pushed up, and now it's still pushing up. I think if it breaks this high now, it's probably going to push higher and head for these highs. But anyway, I'm out of that trade, so let me just quickly show you guys. So there we go, guys. That was the trade. This was my entry over there, and as you can see, TP2 was hit, and we're still pushing higher. So if we look at the history, account history, there we go, guys. That was yesterday's trade. Let's see, what was that? Yeah. So this was yesterday's trade. Yeah, guys. 0.07 commission, so not too bad. And then we made $3.37. So we were risking about just under 2% on that, and we made just under 4%. So not bad. 4% increase on an account is not bad. I know it's a small account, but we're just going to keep trading this for now, guys. Testing this version of the strategy, but it's looking good on the back test. On, you know, this is only real first live trade. This one, we would have tapped in, we would have got the 1 to 2, so that would have been a win. The NZDJPY was a win, so that's 2 out of 3. These have not really come back down, so I think these, you know, once they push that far past the OB, I think we can consider that like a flip zone, so it's not going to come back, or it's a little bit more risky. And I think all of them were the same. Yeah, this one just kept pushing higher. I probably won't trade these anyway, so we didn't get a break of those anyway, and neither did we on this one. And this one broke through 2 daily highs as well, so these were kind of not really valid trades. So from the 3 we had yesterday, unfortunately I only actually entered on one of them. That one was a 1 to 2, successful. This one would have got the 1 to 2. As you can see, it hit on the entry there. We were tapped in and we hit the 1 to 2 easily. Would have come down a little bit more. Wouldn't have got much more than that, and then it went up, but it doesn't matter. We would have got the 1 to 2. On the AUD CHF, we would not quite have got the 1 to 2. Would have come down to like 1.5 maybe, and then would have ended up stopping us out. So 3 out of 2, not bad. Like I said to you guys, the win rate on this is around 55%, 60%. So, you know, you're looking at every 4 to 5 trades winning 2 to 3 of them. So that's kind of, you know, that's, you know, to win 2 out of 3, not bad. We didn't actually take them, but, you know, it gives you a good idea of how this variation of the strategy is working. We will keep trading this and waiting, obviously, for our free retake. And as soon as we get our credentials, this is how I am going into the next challenge. And as I said, I'm going for win or lose. I don't want another free take. I want to either win it or lose it. So we're going to trade. I'm going to start 0.5. As soon as I get to about 2% up, I will start trading 1% risk. And we're going to see how that goes. Alright guys, that was the update. Thanks for watching, and we will see you guys in the next video. I should be posting, or at least filming soon, my next kind of markups. So yeah, keep an eye out for those. We will catch you guys soon. Bye for now.